U.S. President Donald Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping have reached a trade truce that marks a significant thaw in economic tensions between the two powers. The agreement, reached during a high-level meeting in Busan, South Korea, includes U.S. tariff reductions, renewed Chinese purchases of American soybeans, delay new export restrictions on rare earth metals, and a pledge from Beijing to intensify its crackdown on fentanyl trafficking. Speaking to reporters aboard Air Force One after departing South Korea, Trump described the talks as an amazing meeting, giving them a 12 out of 10. He said the discussions with Xi in Busan were highly productive and concluded his 5-day Asia tour on a positive note. The 100-minute session marked the first face-to-face encounter between the two leaders since 2019 and served as the capstone of Trump's 5-day Asia tour.
I thought it was an amazing meeting. He's a great leader of a very powerful, very strong country, China. And what can I say? It was an outstanding group of decisions, I think, that was made. A lot of decisions were made, too. There wasn't too much left out there. And we've come to conclusion on many very important points, and we'll be handing that to you in a little while. We're having, because there was a lot of different things, many of them very important. We're going to issue a statement on some of the details. But overall, I guess on the scale of from 0 to 10, with 10 being the best, I would say the meeting was a 12. Okay, I think it was a 12. I think very importantly, just the whole relationship is very, very important, and I think it was really good.
Under the New Deal, Washington will reduce overall tariffs on Chinese goods from 57% to 47%, including a 10% cut on the 20% tariff related to fentanyl precursor chemicals. In return, Xi committed to work very hard to stop the flow of fentanyl, the potent synthetic opioid that remains a leading cause of overdose deaths in the United States.
Many other things like that. On fentanyl, we agreed that he was going to work very hard to stop the flow. It's a very complex subject because it's used for lots of different reasons, including anesthetics and things. But he's going to work very hard on it, precursors, and I think you're going to see some real action taken. I've agreed, as you know, I put a 20% tariff on China because of the fentanyl coming in, which is a big tariff. And based on his statements today, I reduced it by 10%, so it's 10% instead of 20% effective immediately. I believe he's going to work very hard to stop the death that's coming in.
China also agreed to delay new export restrictions on 5 rare earth metals announced earlier this month, though limitations on 7 others will stay in place. These rare materials are crucial for manufacturing smartphones, electric vehicles, and jet engines. Trump said the move will help stabilize supply chains and support U.S. industries dependent on advanced materials. Beijing's renewed promise to tackle fentanyl trafficking was key to Washington's decision to ease tariffs. "I believe they're taking strong action," Trump told reporters. As part of the truce, China will immediately resume large-scale imports of U.S. soybeans and other agricultural products, providing much-needed relief to American farmers affected by trade disputes. Trump said both sides also agreed to cooperate on global security matters, including the war in Ukraine, though he confirmed that Taiwan was not discussed during the meeting.
Ukraine came up very strongly. We talked about it for a long time, and we're both going to work together to see if we can get something done. We agree that the sides are, locked in and fighting, and sometimes you have to let them fight, I guess. Crazy. But he's going to help us, and we're going to work together on Ukraine. There's not a lot more we can do. He's been buying oil from Russia for a long time. It takes care of a big part of China. And, I can say India's been very good on that front, but we didn't really discuss the oil. We discussed working together to see if we could get that war finished. I don't like to see 6, 7, 8,000 young people, mostly young people, for the most part soldiers, be killed. It's not costing us anything. In fact, we make money, and I don't even want to talk about making money. I don't care about making money in that case. But, you know, we send weapons to NATO. They buy full price. They buy the weapons. They give them to whoever, but I think they give them probably to Ukraine for the most part. And we discussed it. We discussed all that. We're going to work together to try and get the war with Russia and Ukraine solved. Taiwan never came up. It was not discussed, actually.
Prior to the meeting, Trump said he had a good relationship with Xi, but he's a very tough negotiator. That's not good, he joked, acknowledging the Chinese leader's firm stance in previous trade talks.
And we're going to have a very successful meeting, I have no doubt. But he's a very tough negotiator. That's not good. We know each other well.
President, do you plan to sign a trade deal today?
Could be.
Trump called Xi a tremendous leader of a very powerful country and emphasized that both nations want to build on this progress through continued engagement. He echoed that sentiment, saying through an interpreter that it's normal for two major economies to have differences, but that maintaining stable relations is in both nations' interests. Trump confirmed he will visit China in April to further discussions, while Xi is expected to visit the United States later in the year.
I'll be going to China in April, and he'll be coming here sometime after that, whether it's in Florida, Palm Beach, or Washington, D.C.
The two leaders' agreement represents a cautious but notable step toward reducing friction in U.S.-China relations, even as broader strategic tensions remain. That's all for now from Global Pulse Unplugged. Stay sharp, stay informed, and we'll see you next time.